is, and still one of the biggest stars in the sport, DC. Nick Diaz back for the first time in a long time, and the fans are excited to see what he can do. You know he's coming in shape, so we'll see how it goes for him tonight.
Nick Diaz will always be prepared to fight because when he's away, he's competing in triathlons, he's staying in shape, he's swimming, he's riding his bike, he's doing so many things, he's constantly grappling. He has his own academy out in Stockton. A guy that's never too far away from mixed martial arts. Nick Diaz has competed in some of the biggest fights in mixed martial arts history, and tonight, he looks to leave his mark again.
Nick Diaz, one of the most beloved fighters in all of MMA, and yet again, back on the proving ground tonight. All right, so here he is representing New Zealand and, of course, Nigeria. Enter the last style bender, Israel Adesanya. We've certainly enjoyed our time getting to know this young man in our fighter meetings. He has a high fight IQ. He's a thinking man's fighter, and obviously the physical skills jump off the film every time you watch.
Yeah, he's got it all. I mean, the guy has it all. And as you watch him walk to the octagon, he has a confidence and an air about him that many don't possess. He has always known he would become a champion of the world. He proved that he can do it. Now it's time to show whether or not he can do it again. Sometimes getting back is harder than getting there the first time. Let's see what Israel Adesanya can do to try to become the middleweight champion again.
And certainly the discipline, the motivation, all that stuff is still there, and there was a definite intensity to him here during fight week. We'll see if he can channel that into the desired result tonight. Tail of the tape for this much-anticipated middleweight encounter. The veteran voice of the octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Nick Diaz! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the former UFC middleweight champion of the world, Israel, the last style bender, Adesanya!
Herb Dean, our third man in the octagon for this one. Oh, how good is it to see Nick Diaz, the pride of the 209, back in the octagon tonight. Unfortunately, inactivity has become part of the narrative, but there's no denying when Nick Diaz competes, it is must-see television. He's always fighting one of the better fighters in the world. More often than not, his hand will be raised. Nick Diaz in another huge spot in his MMA career tonight. Oh, straight punch, it's there again. Not sure if that was a 5-piece and a soda, but an outstanding combination by him there. He certainly has it all going tonight.
I mean, just extending those combinations to throw more than 3 is very aggressive and is very courageous because you got to understand there's something coming in between it. But they landed, and they have really put his opponent on his heels.
Oh, and he tags him with the straight. Nice job there by Diaz. Oh, the high kick lands. Oh, he has mastered this distance control tonight. Another punch lands.
Oh, nice jab.
So more output, at least in the early going. Oh, nice straight left. Oh, beautiful job with the hands there by Israel Adesanya. When you focus too much on the kicks, that's what happens. You get cracked with that Adesanya right hand.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Doing work with the jab there. Just over 3 minutes to go, round one.
Relax. Keep your hands up for me now.
All right, good job by him there to raise the guard and protect his head.
He's doing a good job of keeping the guard high, blocking his head, making sure he's not taking those damaging strikes up top. Nice punch lands over the top.
Diaz gets hit by that leg kick. Gets to the single collar tie now. Oh, beautiful jab there. It's one thing to have length. Of course, it's another to use it effectively. Beautiful job with that jab. Diaz gets caught by that straight punch. You got to do better than that defensively. Both fighters hanging down in the pocket and both landing.
Ooh, what a punch.
Oh, got to keep pressing here. Just over 2 minutes to go in what has been a furious round one. Right to the swelling becoming a real kick there as he lands, and maybe time to get the bonus checks ready.
I mean, this fight is about done. He's got him hurt very bad with his head kick. Now he has to find one more strike to end the night.
Well, I'm no fighter, but if I rock a guy to that extent, I feel like I'm closing the show.
Absolutely. You gotta go close the show if you get a guy hurt that bad. You cannot back off and take your time. He's right for the picking. Go and pick the fruit.
Oh, Diaz's nose is bleeding now, so we'll see how he handles that adversity, but nothing ideal about it here in the middle of this fight. Right, late in the round now, it has been all Israel Adesanya. He's landed a lot.
He landed it perfectly. Perfect placement, perfect position. What a huge blow in a big moment in this fight.
Adesanya's nose is bleeding now. Yes, looks as though he got cut by one of those offerings from his opponent.
That right hand hurt him a little bit.
Well, maybe he'll look to set up that hook again. All right, well, that blow is buffeting from that cut with each strike landed, and he continues to effectively target that area.
You know, we are talking about a guy with a super high fight IQ. So when you give him that blood, that crimson red is nothing more than something that inspires him to continue doing what he's doing. So you have got to change something. You got to get your head moving so you're not taking too much damage to that cut.
Round two straight ahead.
Stop.
All right, so there's the end of the round. You see the blood trickling down as he makes his way back to the stool. Cut on the bridge of the nose, or so it appears from the strike in that round. Cut man getting right to work. Well, I'm not sure the extent to which he has recovered, but we do see the end of the round. DC, talk us through the replay.
Well, he's a tough guy. He's going to make it to the stool. He's going to survive unless you put him completely out of there. Unfortunately, he's in there with a guy that does have that ability.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, round two. Oh, beautiful land there by Adesanya. You hear this crowd just eating out of his hand, oohing and on every time he advances.
I mean, he just captures your imagination. He's walk out to the entrance when he's in the octagon, the fighting style. He just kind of has that thing that makes you want to stop and stare at Israel Adesanya.
Oh, really using his reach advantage there with that punch, DC. Throwing that jab now again. The fighter evades. Well, you can feel that breeze octagon side after the swing and a miss by Adesanya. Diaz is blocking well now. Nice job to protect that already damaged nose as he raises the guard. Well, this fight's been pretty crazy thus far. Both guys doling out a lot of damage, and neither seems too bothered by it, but clearly both parties are hurt.
Both guys are hurt. Both guys are fighting beautifully. Both are showing a lot of heart right now in this fight. They're both doing amazing jobs. Let's see who gets the job done at the end of this thing.
Huge block there. So the blood really starting to flow. Every time that area gets targeted, that cut's getting worse.
It's getting worse and worse. And you see the blood starting to come down. That is when you start to watch the fighter to see what type of effect it's starting to take on him, whether or not he's reaching for it, whether or not he's confused by where it's at. We got to start to watch his reactions now as we go forward.
Right to the target. Let's see if his opponent can survive.
I cannot believe he is still standing after taking that punch.
Adesanya's cut on his nose, manageable for a while, maybe not so much now. That thing is...
Another one!
Trying the flying knee there. Under 3 minutes now to go in the round. Nice jab there by Diaz.
Dude's in a good flow state, landing punch after punch.
Well, you got to think he might be trying to set up that overhand again. He's found a home for it all night long. Let's see if that holds true.
Great punch landed with so much power.
Oh, he separates from the clinch.
Both fighters starting to open up a little bit.
He's hurt bad. He cannot take another shot like that.
He's very close to the finish here.
Yeah, smart adjustment, yep.
Oh, Diaz is back in half guard. All right, feet on the hips here. Man, that is loud. Another strike lands for the kickboxer. He really found that flow state pretty early in this fight, and he hasn't looked back.
Found it really early. And when this guy gets into his groove, he is head on wheels. And right now he is showing why he is such a high-level, high-regarded.
Diaz is going for an arm here.
He's got it isolated. That is great submission defense, keeping everything short and not allowing his opponent to get the submission victory.
The ground strikes continue to pile up. Gonna try to take his opponents back here, and he does. Oh, the ground and pound is there. Well, this is some serious pressure from the top by Adesanya.
Big ground and pound.
All right, operating inside the closed guard now.
Every time he lands, the cut gets worse. What a great job recognizing his easiest path to victory.
Let's go. Get him on.
Takes his back now.
Gotta be careful here.
Oh, Diaz is back in full guard now. All right, so a grueling battle on the ground, and no surprise, the crowd pops in appreciation as the fighters work their way back to the feet.
This is an educated crowd, J.A. They appreciate high-level grappling, and that's exactly what they got in that exchange.
Wow, we're going to stay with him and follow him back to the corner to the stool, because that is a really severe cut that he is dealing with. We'll see if the cut man can stem the bleeding here. All right, that's the end of the round. That is not the end of the bleeding. As you see the cut on the bridge of the nose, and that thing is not getting better, ladies and gentlemen. The cut man is going to give that some attention, but that's not an ideal location either. That blood is getting into the mouth. Ugly stuff for him to deal with here. Well, his nose is just mangled. The cut appears to be the big issue. Let's get you some replays from that previous round.
I mean, it's getting hammered. He's
Ready,
going
fight.
back to the well over and over again. And why would he not? His opponent wasn't good on the defense. His opponent allowed for him to land too clean. And now, he's just targeting that cut on the nose.
Nice job on defense to block that punch, champ. Diaz gets stunned there by that stiff jab. Adesanya's really bleeding something fierce now. That cut's not getting any better. We got the best cut men in the game. Gotta think they're gonna be busy in between rounds. Oh, nice hook by Diaz.
Boom, straight left hand.
Big shots being landed on both sides here. And forth we go. It takes two to tango, and man, have these two individuals tangoed tonight. I might run a deck at some point, no matter how this one ends.
It's one of those fights where when you look at these two and the damage on their faces, the work that they have both put in, you realize and you appreciate what these fighters do inside the octagon. They're both hurt. They're both beat up. And both of these guys have shown a tremendous amount of resilience to put themselves in position to win this fight. Beautiful leg kick lands.
Yeah, he's got to. He's got to start checking kicks.
All right, well, the local hospital might be busy later tonight. What an absolute... Could be out of here soon, DC.
He's almost done. I mean, when you get hit with a shot like that, you don't know whether to run, hide, grab, or wrestle. I mean, he's confused. He's as confused as he was on his first test in elementary school.
All right, so let's go with the submission now.
He let go because he saw that he was going to lose his position. You got to maintain dominant position when you're in a fight. Look at that. Recognize he was about to lose position.
And he's able to work his way back to his feet. Well, this is exactly the sense of urgency you're looking for. Try to take the judges out of it. He is lighting them up now. Defensively responsible, nice block. And we have passed the midpoint of the fight.
Nice punch to the head.
All right, so some definite damage underneath the elbow now on the side of his opponent. A lot of strikes to the body starting to add up.
Yeah, a lot of strikes to the body.
The biggest shot that he's landed all night. A massive uppercut lands.
Well, at this point, DC, I'm not sure if he's just biding his time or just trying to get some extra reps, but go finish the guy.
It seems like the guy's playing with his food. You know, he's having a good time out there. Everything's working. He's in the zone. It feels like at any moment he can end the night of his opponent. But he seems to be having fun. And hey, to each his own, I guess. I'd be rushing out of that house.
Yeah, you don't play with your food.
No.
Oh, Diaz's cut on his nose is just pouring blood at this point.
Oh, nice.
Keeping busy now, connecting with those punches.
Fighter lands a nasty kick.
Well, I am not going out on a limb when I say he is on the wrong side of this fight. Maybe a little bit rattled after getting knocked down earlier in the round.
But that's exactly what you expect, right? He took such a bad knockdown early. It's going to be on him to build back into this fight as we go forward.
Adesanya's cut right on the bridge of his nose does not look good, folks. We'll continue to keep an eye on it, and you got to think the ringside physician will too. Referee might call him in here in short order. Oh, misses with the jab. 45 seconds remain in the round. Diaz's nose is unrecognizable. It is mangled. It is cut open. I think it's probably broken at this point in time. Surgery next week, but now we'll see if mentally, physically, he can stay in this fight. Big land there. This fight's gonna be over, DC.
What a great way of mixing up his attack. He didn't stay the course. He mixed it up. He went high when his opponent thought he was going low, and now he's got him hurt very badly.
active here in the clinch, and he lands a big shot to the head. Adesanya's cut has really opened up now. That blood is flowing. Didn't necessarily wake up thinking he was going to be donating blood today. He has donated a whole lot of it. All right, so we're going to take a look back at some of the replays that caused all of this damage in that previous round.
These guys were going back and forth, both throwing real heavy strikes that really did a lot of damage to their opponent. It's an evenly matched fight, but one of them has to separate themselves if they're going to get the victory.
All right, so the cut men have done their work. Let us see who can survive as we get ready to start what could be our final round here tonight.
All right, calm down, calm down. We knew this was going to be a brawl, okay? We knew it was going to be bloody, all right? You need to protect this cut, though. You know he's going after it. Protect the cut. Stay on the turn.
You ready to fight? You ready?
Fourth round now, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds.
Nice jab by Izzy.
Diaz is an absolute mess. I wonder if they might call in the ringside physician and potentially stop this fight. Israel Adesanya gets caught by that straight punch. That'll get his attention.
He does everything so well, and he's so calm. He's so calm in the face of such a big spot.
Slips that left hand. Well, not only has he stayed aggressive as he was in the previous round, landing a high volume of strikes, but he's also been efficient, not just with his strikes, but also with his body movement. Complete performance out of this fighter here tonight. A lot of blood now, and yes, the doctor is going to be called in. The referee pauses the action. His nose is absolutely mangled.
It's smashed. He's done a great job of smashing that nose, pushing it back. You see the blood coming down the face into the mouth, but it should not affect him being able to see his opponent in front of him.
Yeah, and he wants to continue, but he will not be afforded that opportunity. So that is it. Fans don't like it, but the doctor has to protect the fighters. Bruce Buffer now with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, the doctor has called a stop to this fight. Declaring the winner by TKO, Nick Diaz.
Well, he certainly hasn't been the most active fighter on the roster, but when he does compete, Nick Diaz still gets the job done, so congratulations to Diaz, to the Cesar Gracie fight team, the Scrap Pack, and everybody else. Another signature win for Nick Diaz here tonight, and this 209 tattoo looking pretty good right now.